Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Visionaries versus Transformers, issue number 3 of stuff. It's either 4 or 5 or 6 or something like that. Anyway, so the Visionaries, the Darkling Lords, very specifically, they've got this device that's about to go to the center of Cybertron, and then essentially all of the energon in the planet will turn into this strange new magic that will allow the Darkling Lords, well, just the Visionaries, period, the Spectral Knights also, to have an increase in magic and just boom, yeah, we're golden, right? So they can control the entire planet. They can make the planet their own. And of course, this magic winds up obliterating the Transformers. We saw poor Cup, rest in peace, brother. But Wheeljack was able to discover that this magic, I really don't like it when people give an answer to magic. Like, no, it's magic. It's not supposed to have an answer. But the best that Wheeljack is able to do is realize that it's gamma radiation with a bunch of other stuff. So it's like, okay, if gamma radiation is the carrier and all this other stuff is just basically a form of computer code, just information, some way, shape, or form, it's information. If we can change that radiation, that gamma radiation, to something else, like split it into its alpha and beta rays, then boom, we're golden, man. We're golden. Then suddenly the carrier is neutral, therefore the information is inert. So somehow that doesn't just stop the rusting process, the advanced oxidation process of the Cybertronian, the machines, the Autobots and the Decepticons. Rather, what it does is it reconstitutes it, which just, that makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. You're not reversing things. You're just like, what are you doing here? Anyway, regardless, I know that not everybody here is a scientist, writing these comic books, but the idea is that they're able to find some kind of a weapon, but it's very temporary. So they need to find some kind of an advanced power source to increase the yield, to basically reverse this gamma wave carrier. Okay, that being the case, they now need people who can go down into where the core is, where this device is basically heading towards. It sounds so much like the Matrix, doesn't it? we got to drill down, not the two movies after the Matrix. We got to drill down directly into New Zion, and boom, we'll kill everybody there. Anyway, so the what's her name? Virulina, the new head of the Darkling Lords. What she does is she goes after Waspinator. He's one of the security guys down there now. And he's like, I'll be a traitor. I'll be a total traitor. He's like Mortdred, who's a new character, mind you, which is interesting. He's like him. He's, very, whatever you need. Look, I'll be a spy. I'll be a traitor. Please just don't kill me. So, like freaking Waspinator, man. Every comic is better with Waspinator. So she uses her magic, and instead of destroying him, she controls him. This is much like, again, I didn't read the introduction to these guys in the Transformers books. Rather, I remember them from back when they were a cartoon, back when they had the original 6 issues of the comic books, and when there was the toys, man, I had the toys. So they're able to take the magic of this foregone world before the 3 suns aligned and the age of science was past, and now for like 10,000 years, the age of magic. They still had exactly what Virulina describes as the husk of that old scientific world. So with their magics, they can make certain of these devices actually function. So it's a way of giving a new power source to these things when the standard power source doesn't work anymore. So I love that they're keeping with the original magics, the original idea, the concept of the Visionaries. It was an amazing concept, and there's no need to really change it. Just build upon it, and that's exactly what they're doing here, and I love that. So she turns Waspinator into a mount, basically. He's just this big, giant wasp attacky thing, like a chariot. She calls it a chariot, but you know what it is. It's a monster. So she's going to go after these guys who came in to try, including the traitorous Mortdred. Cyric, whatever his name is, Cryptic. Anyway, that dude, he becomes a bad guy. He wasn't one of the original guys anyway, but he winds up becoming a Darkling Lord at this point. So everybody's switching sides, and that's interesting. It's interesting. It's really just a loyalty thing. It's literally like Transformers and Decepticons, Spectral Knights and Darkling Lords, respectively. So it doesn't change you. You still have the same totem. You still have the same powers and everything. It's just now you're wearing a different color armor. It's more rainbowish than it is blue, light blue. Anyway, so the team that's supposed to go down there, they're thinking, oh, hey, we've got an open opportunity to actually kill Virulina. Well, guess what? No, you don't. So they didn't get they got tricked, but not by Motred, but rather by Virulina. By it was like a bait sort of thing. So they got baited in, and now they've got to deal with her directly. And there are no Transformers there to help out, which could be a good thing. Anyway, this was pretty good. This is still pretty good. Again, I don't like the idea that magic is being explained, but one, it's Wheeljack, and Wheeljack is like the best of the worst mechanics ever. You know, say he's an engineer, but he's extremely faulty. So he could wind up just screwing up and be like, oh, no, I actually didn't understand this at all. Huh, go figure. I got lucky. Absolutely. But either way, he's just one of those gadgeteers that just, anyway. So it's a pretty easy thing to say, yeah, it is like this, but not really. It was a weak explanation, and it's so much more complicated than that. As long as he doesn't fully figure it out, I'm cool with it. Because then it means that the Visionaries, the only thing that was on their side, doesn't mean anything anymore. You guys are expecting a grade, though. I'm going to go with an A-. This is a fantastic comic book. Love the writing, love the art, love the colors. Everything about this comic book is just fantastic. And on top of that, Boom Studios, guys, I'm loving it. At the end, they have a whole bunch of things like, you know, oh, well, this is how we decide the designs. Here's some of the original designs. The only thing is I wish they would have showed the the original designs, like the true original designs that Marvel had done way back in the late 80s, like 88 or whatever it was. Probably would have been early in 88, I think 86. Anyway, that, I would have loved that. I would have absolutely loved to see that, but is what it is. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.